Hello, boys and girls. We're going to do a quick money lesson here where we're going to introduce to you also counting up dollar bills, not just the coins. Okay, so I have my coins over here. I have my bills over here. Now, let's say you get some money and you have two $1 bills and maybe 2 quarters, a dime, and a penny. Okay, so your dollar bills are always going to be written on the left of the decimal. This is a decimal point, and that's what separates your whole numbers from your parts of numbers, okay, or also fractions of numbers. You don't have to worry about the fraction part yet, but over here are the whole dollars, and over here the cents is part of a dollar. Okay, so if I have $2, I would put 2 over here on the left of my decimal to represent the $2. And then my cents, I have 2 quarters, so I know that's 50, plus a dime makes 60, plus 1 makes 61. Okay, and I'm going to put my dollar sign over there on the left. You do not have to put a cent sign since you already have the decimal. So the way that I would say this is I have $2 and 61 cents. Okay, now if there was no decimal, you could also think of it as each dollar bill is 100 cents. So you have 261 cents. Okay, but we don't write money that way because once we get up to 100 cents, we know that that is a dollar. Okay, so in this lesson, we're just going to practice how to write or how to count and write amounts of money that have dollar bills and coins. Okay, and we'll solve a couple word problems with that also. Now let's say you're getting a little bit richer and you've got some $1 bills and a $5 bill. And over here, let's say you've got some dimes and some nickels and some pennies. Okay, now I would like you to try in your mind to count this up. 5 and 3 $1 bills. And then I have 2 dimes, 3 nickels, and 3 pennies. You can pause the video, count that up, see how much you think it is. Okay, so we have $5, $6, $7, $8. And for our cents, we have 2 dimes, which is 20. And then remember, our nickels are worth 5, so we're going to count by 5. So 20, 25, 30, 35. Then we count by ones, 36, 37, 38. So if you guessed $8.38, you are correct. Great job. Okay, now let's get a few more bills here. I have 2 $5 bills, and you all know 5 plus 5 is what? 10. And then I have my 20. So 10 plus 20, I have $30. And let's say we've got 3 quarters and 2 pennies. Now, first of all, how much is 3 quarters? Remember, 25, 50, 75. And then our 2 pennies would make 77. So you would say I have $30.77. Okay, so this is something you can practice with family members or parents if they let you touch their money for a little while. They can put out some bills for you and some coins, and you can figure out how much you have. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple word problems now. We can solve them together. This is taken right from our math book. We were on lesson 5, I think, when we left. This is lesson 7. So we're going to use RDW to solve. Read, draw, write. Okay, so we have here, Mr. Chang has 4 $10 bills, 3 $5 bills, and 6 $1 bills. How much money does he have in all? Okay, so I want to get all my information. I've got the numbers here, but you can't just circle 4, 3, and 6 and add. You need to read and think. So 4 $10 bills, 3 $5 bills, 6 $1 bills. Now, if you have 4 $10 bills, that means you're going to count by tens 4 times. Now, you don't have to, but if you wanted to draw those out, your 4 $10 bills, we all know that 4 10s equals 40. I want you to write it with the decimal point and the dollar sign. So 4 $10 bills is $40. 3 $5 bills. We can draw the 3 5s and we can count by 5s, 5, 10, 15. Now, when you're going to add numbers with the decimal, you need to make sure that your decimal is lined up so that you have your ones place and your tens place are lined up correctly. And then 6 $1 bills. Now, you don't have to draw that. You know 6 ones. And we're going to put our 6 here in the ones place. The ones place is before the decimal. And then remember, over here is where we put the cents. And there's no cents in this problem. Okay? So we have 40 plus 15 plus 6. Now, how do I know I'm supposed to add in this problem? Let's read the question carefully. How much money does he have in all? Remember, when something's asking in all, we're going to add. Okay, so we have our numbers lined up. There's no cents. So I have zeros over here to the right of the decimal. And then I need to add my ones. 5 plus 6 is 11. So that's 1 down here in the ones place. And I need to regroup and make a 10 up there. 4, 5, 6. My answer is $61. And if I do the W part, I need to write my sentence. Mr. Chang has $61. Okay, now this one, let's read it first, reading carefully. On Saturday, Maria received 5 $10 bills, 5 $5 bills, and 15 $1 bills. On Sunday, she received 4 $5 bills and 12 $1 bills. How much more money did Maria receive on Saturday than on Sunday? Okay, now this is jumping out at me. How much more did she receive on Saturday than on Sunday? Think about what that means if you think you're going to add or subtract. Now, let's separate here, Saturday, Sunday. Now, just for time and space, you don't have to draw out the money every time like I did the last time. We can just stack it up and add it up, okay? We just have to keep going back to the text to read. So on Saturday, Maria received 5 $10 bills. Now, if it was 5 $10 bills, that's 5 10s. So I would be counting 10s 5 times. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, she got 5 $10 bills, so that would be $50. Remember, we put the 50, the dollars before the decimal, and there's no cents. They're not talking about nickels and dimes and pennies. We're only talking about bills. Okay, so the 5 $10 bills, that's 50. 5 $5 bills. Okay, so if I've got 5 $5 bills, each of my fingers would represent a $5 bill, so I count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. $25. I'm going to stack it up and make sure my decimal is lined up. And so 5 $5 bills and 15 $1 bills. That means she's got 15 of these, so I'm just going to count by ones, and that's just going to equal 15. Okay, so this is how much she received on Saturday. On Sunday, let's put that over here, she received 4 $5 bills, so 4 of these. So I would count by 5s 4 times. 5, 10, 15, 20. So that's $20. Oops, not 200, 20. So 4 $5 bills and 12 $1 bills. So 12 of these, which would just equal $12. Okay, so now I know what she received each day. The question is, how much more money did Maria receive on Saturday than on Sunday? I'm going to need to know how much she got altogether on Saturday compared to Sunday. Okay, so we're going to start over here. There's no cents. We're going to put our decimal down, and then we're going to add our ones place up. So 5 plus 5, we all know, is 10. 0 goes down, regroup and make it 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. $90 on Saturday. Now Sunday, 0 cents, put our decimal. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3, 32. Okay, so it's obvious to me now, okay, she made a lot more money on Saturday than on Sunday. The question is, how much more did she make? Now, do you think that we would add or subtract to figure that out? Okay, now remember, how much more, how many more, how much less? That's a comparing problem, okay? We want to subtract. So then we would have to do $90 minus $32. We're trying to figure out the difference, how much more. So no cents. Now, remember, now we're subtracting. So I have 0 and 2, more on the top or more on the floor? More on the floor means, we haven't said this in a long time, go next door and get 10 more. So I've got 9 10s over there. I'm going to take one and make it an 8 and bring my 10 ones over there. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 minus 3 is 5. Answer is $58. So if I was going to write a sentence, how much more money did Maria receive on Saturday than Sunday? I would put Maria received 58 more on Saturday with a period. Okay, so once you get into dollars and cents, the problems can be, you know, it takes a while. You have to take your time, you have to read carefully, you have to write everything down neatly so you can solve the problem. Let's do one more. Stay with me. Okay, first we read very carefully. Kendall had 2 $10 bills, 6 $5 bills, and 21 $1 bills. She spent $45 on a new outfit. How much money was not spent? Okay, so she made some money. She wanted to buy an outfit. First, we need to figure out how much she had. Then we can think about how much she spent. So again, we go back, read carefully, 2 $10 bills. So that means 2 10s, 10, 20. We want to write that down with our dollar sign. 6 $5 bills. So she had 6 of these Lincolns. So we have to count by 5s 6 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Those 6 $5 bills are going to equal $30 and 21 $1 bills. 21 of the George Washingtons, and that's just $21. Okay, so before we can figure out how much was not spent, we have to know how much she started with. We're adding up all the different bills that she had. So I add up my ones place, 1, 2, 5, $71. Now, am I done? Is that what the question is asking? No. So now I just know how much she has, but then it says she spent $45 on a new outfit. If you spend money, are you adding money or taking away? You're giving the money away. You're getting something for it, but you're spending it. You're giving it away, so you're subtracting. How much did she spend? She spent $45. How much money was not spent? Okay, so to figure out, think of a tape diagram. Remember, we can always draw. Part of our draw could be the tape diagram. So $71 is what she had total. Then 45 is what she spent. And you have to figure out how much she did not spend. Okay, so what do we do when we're trying to figure out a missing part? Do we add or subtract? Okay, we just said she spent it, so we want to subtract. 71 minus 45. If you want to do it quickly and not do the decimal part here, that's fine. Now, subtracting, look at your ones place first. Always ask, do I have more on the top or more on the floor? You have more on the floor, go next door, get 10 more, bring it over. 1 plus 10 is 11. So 11 minus 5 is 6. 6 minus 4 is 2. So how much money was not spent? $26. And we write our complete sentence. $26 was not spent. Okay, so that's just a little bit on money with bills and coins. There's plenty on Moby Max, some of you have been doing those lessons, and Zearn, you've been doing those lessons for money. That's great. You can also, it's always good to use actual real money if you ask your parents to do some problems with you, especially maybe makeup problems. You have this much money, you want to spend this much money, how much will you have left? Or you have this much money and you got some more, how much do you have all together? Okay, hope you're having fun learning. Make sure that you're going on to the schedule each day and seeing what it is you need to do. And I'll let you know at the end of the week who's been logging in to Moby Max and Raz Kids, ConnectEd, and Zearn, because I can see who's doing their work, and I hope that you are. Okay, have a good day.